Hey, what is up, guys? And Davis here. Sorry about the wait for the new episodes. My reviews and stuff. I've just been busy with other stuff. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a review for episodes 4, 5, and 6, and then once Saturday comes along, I'll do that episode. Do the review of that episode. So here's episode 4 of Super Mega Force Alliance. Go say basically tells the Rangers that they need to go to Animaria, and I'm like, why do they call it Animaria? It's Animaria. I mean, the show they call it Animaria in Wild Force, but they don't call it something different here. Like, come on, no. Anyway, so they tell those Rangers like that they'll go on this island to find this line so they can use it for a new Zord combination. And so this is actually the only time in Megaforce they actually do have to go out and find something, and they also just hand it to him. I mean, the wall sword doesn't count because that's a sword, not an actual Zord. Um, what ends up happening is that they are looking with the sky ship and stuff, and of course they get attacked by the Armada. Sending ships down to shoot with the lasers and stuff, and they crash into Animaria. Actually, matter of fact, they see Animaria through a cloud they pass by like numerous times. Looks like a turtle, and they find Animaria. They land, and then they land because they're attacked by the Armada. So they had to kind of have to do an impact. And once they land, they're checking out the island and stuff. Basically, they don't really they use a quarry, which doesn't really. They could have used something different to make it seem like it was an island, but they had to use that freaking quarry again. I'm like, ugh. Anyway, Explosive attack. Rangers fight. After they fight, they split into two teams. Red and green, and blue, yellow, and pink are another team. Let's see. I mean, they fight against this one monster who's like a dog poodle monster thing. It's from Gokaiger if you've seen the episode. Um, so there's a couple things I didn't like about this episode, and this was like the weakest episode in Super Megaforce thus far. Is the lack of any details on what happened to the Rangers. The whole thing dealing with the dealing with what the Rangers are doing and where the Wild Force Zords are at, and it just kind of bugged me. So what has happened is that they transform into the Wild Force Rangers using, actual American footage this time of them actually using suits like that. And here's the part that didn't make much sense here. Red Lion comes out here, and he watched not only the Armada but also the Rangers while they're in the Wild Force powers. What? It would have made more sense if they transformed into something different. If they, I mean, I can understand why the Lion would tell him like get off my island or whatever. But the thing about it is he basically just threw off people who look like just like his fellow Ranger team. That doesn't make sense. Why would he do that? Would it make more sense to actually transform somebody else and then swap the team off the island like that? And then they, of course, they have to, they end up falling on a bunch of barrels and stuff, and they demorph from their Super Mega Force to their regular Mega Force outfits. I'm just like, why don't they just power down regularly? This is why I did not like them combining the two seasons and having them transform back and forth from Mega Force to Super Mega Force. That annoyed the crap out of me. I just don't know why they did that. They could have just been like, okay, since we could have done I felt they dropped the ball here on in game. What they could have done was they could have Ghost Robo Knight, charge their morphers up for one last time, and then they couldn't use their powers, after that because it was only one use only. They could have used that. They defeated, Messenger, but then they lose their powers after that, and Rock escapes, and etc. etc. And then the invasion can happen, and Ghost is telling them like morph, but he's telling them we can't, because we don't have any powers, and they go, searching to find so they get back to the base and blah blah blah. It just annoys the crap out of me really when they just keep going. really, there's no use for these suits. Honestly, the Megaforce uniforms for this season are pretty much useless. They don't serve no purpose whatsoever, just to make the Super Megaforce powers look, more powerful by comparison. That's it. Other than that, why keep using them? Especially in episode 3, when I just told you that they actually can actually just go straight to Super Mega mode without having to go to Megaforce mode first. What? Why would you do that? It just kind of bugs the crap out of me. So they remorph back into the Super Mega Force outfits again. They all fight and they transform the Wild Force for the second time. This has been the first time they transformed the Wild Force, but whatever. And they use the Wild Force powers, more officially this time. They Sentai footage. And they defeat the monster with the Savage Slash from their Jungle Sword. Monster grows after getting beaten. They summon their Zords, Skyship and all, and Legendary Megazord is formed. Stuttering a lot. And when they're getting beat, the Red Lion appears, thanks to them using their keys and stuff, unlock their powers. Oh yeah, one more thing. Noah apparently has psychic powers. He pretty much can sense the Red Lion for some reason. I'm just like, why can't it be Red? I mean, Red has psychic powers here. He's the one that's supposed to have the visions from the first season. Why didn't he have this in this episode? Doesn't make sense to me at all. Especially since it's the Red Lion as opposed to him having the, freaking, regular, him being the Red. Didn't make much sense. And please not tell me you thinking that, oh, just because he turned in the Wild Force red, then that qualifies him to be that. No, stop, okay. That was just for one transformation. That was it. That has not had nothing to do with him. The keys do not gain them access to these different powers, okay? So, whatever y'all thinking, just, no, stop. And they combine with the Megazord, with Red Wild Force Megazord. I'm stuttering a lot too much. Ugh! Watson's doing these videos a lot. That's why I'm getting rusty again. They beat the monster, and that's the end of the episode. That's it, really. Oh yeah. Also, more little jokes every now and then, and the team talking and stuff, and that was pretty much it. Nothing really. This was really the weakest episode of the season, honestly. Like, it's only the 4th episode, but I did not like this whatsoever. Like, nothing was explained. They could have at least had an explanation of where Princess Shayla and other Rangers were. If they could have. I mean, this is why, like, again, my Samurai had to mess everything up because they could have saved, Cole's actor, the Red Wild Force Rangers actor, for this season, and him to come back as, Wild Force Red and just tell him, like, hey, you gotta do this in order for the Wild Force Zord, to get him to like you and stuff. He could have taught him that. But no, it was just them going to the island and just basically taking the Zord without anybody's permission, really. The guy just stole the Megazord, really. I mean, that's what happened. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Next review's coming up soon. Check it later. Peace, sign out, all that good stuff. Bye.